Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alena. Since it's Easter in Finland and other parts of the world, I decided that it might be a very good occasion to compare Easter in Finland and Easter in Russia. Though we're neighbors and we share some traditions, I've discovered some differences which I actually quite liked. So let's jump right into the video and compare Easter in our two countries. One of the main differences is when we celebrate Easter. So in Finland it's these days from the 2nd of April till the 5th of April this year, and it lasts for 4 days. In Russia we celebrate Easter on the 2nd of May, so it's gonna be in a month only. And in Finland these days are a national holiday, and unlike that, in Russia it's not a holiday, so it's just a day to celebrate Easter, and it's usually only Sunday, so it's a weekend anyway. Naturally, as it's a Christian holiday, Easter celebrates the resurrection of Jesus, but what I found interesting is that in Finland it's more of a day which celebrates spring, the awakening of nature, the rebirth, and all those things connected with it. It's welcoming summer season, warm days and such long-awaited sun after those dark and cold winter months. Comparing to that, in Russia Easter is a religious holiday. I don't think that people who celebrate Easter in Russia think this much about the awakening of the nature, the summer season that is coming. It's the celebration of the resurrection of Jesus, mostly. For example, from Saturday to Sunday there are usually some events in the church, like to celebrate Easter. I don't know much about this church stuff, but yeah, there are some gatherings, priests do what they need to do during this period of time, and yeah, that's all connected to this religious stuff. And even on the Easter day, people usually say to each other, like, the phrase is translated as that Jesus has resurrected, and the other person has to reply, truly resurrected, or like that's a rough translation. Although I read that in Finland churches also conduct these evening masses for Easter, but it usually happens on Thursday. But I don't think that these events are as popular as in Russia. What is also a huge difference, that I consider a huge difference, is that in Finland Easter lasts for a week. Like the Holy Week starts on Palm Sunday, Palmu Sunnuntai, I remember that. And technically in Russia it's also like that. But there is another thing. The preparations for Easter start 48 days before the actual Easter day, and during these 48 days, those people who are religious, they have a fast. And out of all fasts that happen during the year, probably they do, I don't remember correctly, but I read that there are some others. This one is the strictest one, because you can't eat meat, fish only on certain days. If I remember correctly, it's Thursday. Also, you can't eat chocolate, baked goods, you can't drink alcohol, you can't eat dairy and eggs, so it's crazy. I don't know what people eat during these days. Those people who actually decide to have this fast. They are probably very hungry after these 48 days, and that's why during Easter it's a tradition to have a full table of different goods, like people celebrate the end of the fast and the resurrection of Jesus and all that with stuffing their stomachs with delicious food. Speaking of the traditions that I actually enjoy, I like the fact that children dress up as witches so much. It's so cute because first of all I saw the photos. They have these freckles, this funny makeup and all these colorful clothes, their brooms. This is so cute. And it's like another Halloween. I read that they prepare cute willow twigs, decorated willow twigs beforehand, and then they go to other people's houses, and it's like trick or treat, but they say, wait, I have it written down here. Virvon varvon tuorex tervex tulevaks vuodex. Vitsa sulle palkka mulle. So it's translated as I wave a twig for a fresh and healthy year ahead, a twig for you, a treat for me. So with those twigs they wish people a good, healthy year, and in exchange for that they get chocolate, coins, maybe other souvenirs, I don't know. And I love this tradition because children are happy because they have fun, and other people get like these amulets, these twigs, which will protect them during the year. We don't have anything like this in Russia because I think it would be considered blasphemy. But why not? As for the willow twigs themselves, both our nations have them in the houses. They put them in the vases because it's like the only, not a flower, but a plant which flourishes during this time of the year, and I guess it symbolizes the rebirth. However, we don't decorate willow twigs, they're just put in the vases. Another cute tradition, Finnish tradition, that I've been seeing all over Instagram during these days is growing the grass, which is called, one second, rairuho. Once it is grown, it is said that children put their painted eggs, chicks, little bunnies, and all this symbolizes the arrival of spring. We also don't have this tradition apart from painted eggs, but I'll talk later about it. I think this is also cute. We do this, like mostly our grandparents do this. They have like not only grass, but like little tomatoes, little cucumbers and all these things grown on their windowsills. But it's done separately from Easter, and once it is okay to go to the country houses, they're just transferring all that there. I was surprised to find out that Easter is a bit like Juhannus for Finns, because in some villages and maybe somewhere else, as I've read, Finnish people have bonfires also to celebrate the coming of the warm part of the year. I'm the person who enjoys having fires, bonfires, like looking at the fire, and so I think it's very cool. And in Russia, fire during Easter has a bit different meaning. In big Russian cities, churches usually wait for holy fire from Jerusalem. So again, it's a very religious thing, and it has nothing to do with those pagan traditions. Before we get to my favorite topic, which is food, I gotta say that I was shocked by one Finnish tradition. Frankly speaking, this tradition is long forgotten. I've read that in some parts of Finland, children used to be whipped on Good Friday to remember how Jesus suffered. This seems to be a very barbaric ritual, and I'm happy that it's gone. Hopefully it's gone. Is it? As for the food, I've already mentioned that in Russia we have a huge table with some delicious foods, and people like to enjoy themselves during Easter. Like during the Easter day, not before. And what is not really surprising to me, we have a lot in common. For example, both our nations cook Pascha for this holiday. This is a pudding made of eggs, cheese, cream and butter and sugar, and it's originated in Karelia, so naturally both of our nations cook it for Easter. Although I read that in Finland sometimes cinnamon and almonds are added to Pascha, apart from raisins, of course. I don't think that I've ever seen it in Russia. We put only raisins there. And this dessert has the shape of a pyramid, and this is the same for Finns and Russians. Another thing which is alike is that we have painted boiled eggs. I don't know what is usually used for painting eggs in Finland, but in Russia it's a tradition to use onion peel, like usually red onion peel, to paint the egg. Red is considered the most popular color for this holiday. Nowadays, of course, various stickers and all other stuff which is sold for painting eggs is quite popular, but for example, my family usually use onion peel. I don't do it myself, I'm not that into Easter, but I like to participate in only one tradition. Tell me guys whether Finns do the same. When I was a child, maybe sometimes now, I enjoy like hitting the eggs together. Well, let me explain this. One person takes an egg and another person takes an egg and they like hit them like this, and the person who has a whole egg, like the shell of the egg is whole, that person wins, and well, the person who has a broken eggshell loses. I actually won quite a lot, maybe that's why I enjoyed this thing. Or maybe it's just because I enjoy competition sometimes. As for the differences in the Easter table, for example, it is said that Finns like to enjoy lamb during this holiday. I don't think that Russians have any particular type of meat, like any meat is welcome. Also, apart from Pascha, Russians make this thing that is called kulich. It's Easter cake, and well, basically it's just a cake. It's decorated on the top and usually it has the symbols of Jesus. Speaking of the Finnish Easter food, I need to mention the one which I don't have very good relationship with. It's mämmi. Well, people say that mämmi usually even divides the Finnish nation into some people like it, some people don't. Well, of course it looks like you know what, and I was suspicious that it's made of rye, but I gave it a chance several times. Maybe I should do it again. Well, I just, for some reason I don't like it. I tried it with cream, but still no. And unlike me, for example, my friend really loves it, and now she's suffering that she can't find it anywhere in Russia. Now guys, I've saved the best for last. The last food difference that I want to talk about is a difference in how we eat eggs. I've already spoken about the boiled eggs, but the Finns also have chocolate eggs, which is not like a very popular tradition in Russia. Maybe like during these globalization times people buy these Kinder surprises and something like that, but it has never been that common. And you guys invented something which I'm very excited about. I mean, Fatser invented this. And I found this in Russia, in St. Petersburg. Look at this, I'm so happy. Oh, it's so bright here. It's a Fatser minion egg. So the thing is that Fatser has an agreement with one of our shops, only one, and it's not Prisma. It's a very fancy one, and they agreed that this shop would be selling these minion eggs for Easter. I think it's mostly done for those people who celebrate like European Easter and those Finns who live in St. Petersburg. But I'm personally very happy about it. I've heard about these eggs so much, like how they are filled with chocolate, like fully, and I was very excited to try them, and this year is the year when I finally do it. So let's open it. Actually, it has a text in Russian inside this box, so they are made specifically for Russia. That's nice. To be fair, I expected this egg to be a bit bigger, like a different category, but we have what we have. It's so cool, the eggshell is real. Well, I knew it's real, but still it's so much fun. I'm like a child. And it has this little hole, which is used to be a hole. How do I eat it? Oh, I made a mess again. Aww, there's chocolate inside. I so don't want to ruin it, but I've already ruined it. Taste test time. It's so good. I didn't expect anything else. Like, it's Fatser chocolate. How can it be not good? So I'm gonna finish it after this video. And actually it's all for now. I've talked about everything I wanted to talk about. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments how you usually celebrate Easter. Do you have the same traditions, or maybe your family has invented something special for this holiday? So, hyvää pääsiäistä. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!